Which foods may be negatively impacting your heart without you even recognizing it? It's time to examine what you're putting into your body more carefully. Keep in mind that your heart is an intricate and fascinating organ that sustains all facets of life. The heart's ability to perform so many functions without our awareness is truly amazing. Cardiologists concur that if you want to keep your heart healthy, you should avoid certain foods. Not that you can't occasionally treat yourself to these foods, but they shouldn't be a regular part of your diet. Therefore, while some foods can raise your risk of heart disease and stroke, others can help keep your heart healthy. Do you want to maintain the health of your heart and circulatory system for years to come? The following snacks and foods should not be included in your regular diet or added to your cart. At most, reserve them for rare treats. Whenever possible, swap them out for heart-healthy alternatives. The first on the list of these heart-destroying foods are red meat. Saturated fat and cholesterol are high in red meats like lamb, veal, and beef. Thus, bear in mind that red meat's animal fat, which is particularly harmful to your heart and arteries, should only make up a small portion of your diet overall before you tuck into a juicy T-bone steak. You might be shocked to hear that pork falls under the category of red meat. It is not poultry, even though it might be marketed as a healthy alternative to it. According to research, those who regularly consume red meat have 3 times the amount of trimethylamine N-oxide in their bodies as those who mostly eat white meat or non-meat protein sources. Trimethylamine N-oxide is a substance produced by gut microbes that exacerbates arterial wall cholesterol deposits and is linked to heart disease. Here's the good news. Elevated trimethylamine N-oxide levels are reversible. Trimethylamine N-oxide levels decreased in study participants who switched from a red meat diet to a white meat or non-meat diet for a month. Limiting red meat consumption and opting instead for poultry, turkey, fish, and shellfish is advised by the American Heart Association. To further improve heart health, make sure to remove any fatty parts and skin from those meats before cooking. Even better, substitute plant-based proteins for animal protein by using tofu, lentils, chickpeas, or black beans. The next thing to avoid for your heart health is soda. While a can of soda contains more added sugar than is advised for an entire day, small amounts of added sugar are not harmful. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, states that research also connects regular consumption of high-sugar drinks with gout, a form of arthritis, tooth decay, obesity, type 2 diabetes, kidney diseases, liver disease, and weight gain. You see, high-sugar drinks can affect more than just your heart. Try substituting plain water, 100% fruit juice, or water sweetened with a splash of 100% fruit juice for sugar-filled beverages like soda, energy drinks, sports drinks, sweetened sparkling water, or juices that are loaded with high fructose corn syrup the next time you feel like having one. High-fat dairy products. One essential component of a balanced diet is dairy. However, it's best to avoid the whole versions for the sake of your health. Regularly eating high-fat dairy products such as whole-fat milk, butter, cream, and cream cheese can increase your chance of developing heart disease. Living a completely dairy-free lifestyle is not necessary for heart health. Health and Human Services advises selecting low-fat dairy alternatives in its place. For instance, use soy milk that has been fortified with calcium, vitamin A, and vitamin D, or low-fat, 1%, or fat-free milk in place of whole milk. To protect your heart, use vegetable oils like canola, corn, olive, peanut, safflower, soybean, or sunflower instead of butter when cooking. Deep-fried foods restaurant and fast food establishments' deep-fried potatoes are high in fat and salt, both of which are harmful to your heart. Eating fried foods, such as French fries, fried chicken, and fried snacks, has been associated in several studies with a higher risk of heart disease. Trans fats, which are produced by conventional frying techniques, have been shown to increase bad cholesterol and decrease good cholesterol. According to the Physicians' Committee for Responsible Medicine, one study of postmenopausal women aged 50 to 79 years old found that eating fried chicken and other deep-fried foods increased the risk of dying from cardiovascular disease by 12% and of dying from any cause by 13%. The next time you have a craving, skip the deep-fried version and instead make some oven-baked fries. by slicing potatoes and baking them on high heat with olive oil. Similarly, try the amazing flavors of grilled chicken instead of that fried chicken sandwich. What about the likes of bacon, hot dogs, and other processed meats? Whether it's crumbled over a craft cocktail, served as a topping on a cheeseburger, or served as a side order on a breakfast plate, bacon seems to be everywhere these days. Because it's so prevalent in food, you might assume it's acceptable to savor that crispy, oily strip. Saturated fat accounts for more than half of the calories in bacon, and it can increase your risk of heart disease and stroke by raising your low-density lipoprotein, LDL, or bad cholesterol. Due to the high salt content, it elevates blood pressure and increases cardiac workload. Stroke, heart disease, and heart failure can result from consuming excessive amounts of sodium, the primary ingredient in salt. Sausage, salami, lunch meat, and hot dogs are the worst kinds of meat for your heart. They are mostly heavy in saturated fat and contain large amounts of salt. Turkey has less saturated fat than salami, making it a healthier choice when it comes to deli meats. It's not as heart-healthy as freshly sliced turkey breast, though, because it still contains a good amount of sodium. Not all patients require medication to achieve significant progress. Some can achieve notable improvements simply by making dietary adjustments. Pizza. A treat you might not be so happy to see on this list, right? Pizza can be healthy if prepared properly, but most frozen pies and takeout have alarmingly high levels of fat, calories, and sodium, all of which increase the risk of a heart attack. When ordering takeout, choose a thin crust, preferably whole wheat, request less cheese, heap on the vegetables, and avoid the salty pepperoni and sausage. Make your pizza for the healthiest heart. Pizza comes in second on the American Heart Association's list of the salty 6 foods, behind cold cuts and cured meats. You should also keep an eye out for salt bombs in salad dressings, condiments, and soups. The more cheese and meat-based toppings you add to your pizza, the higher the sodium and saturated fat content becomes. Limit yourself to 1 or 2 slices when dining out or ordering takeout, and choose veggie toppings instead. Cookies, pastries, and baked goods. Breads, cookies, and other baked goods all have high sugar and saturated fat content, which causes weight gain even though they may taste great. They've also been connected to elevated triglyceride levels, which can result in heart problems. White flour, which is typically their primary ingredient, can raise blood sugar levels and increase hunger. Instead of using butter or shortening, replace the sugar with whole wheat flour and use liquid plant oils. It's advisable to avoid making these a regular part of your diet, even though they can be enjoyed occasionally. When you're in the mood for something sweet, go for healthier options like fruit and nuts, and save those fancy pastries or bakery cookies for an occasional treat. Alcohol. The National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute states that consuming alcohol regularly can worsen or increase your risk for heart failure, raise blood pressure, and increase blood fats that cause high cholesterol. If you do drink, the American Heart Association advises consuming no more than 2 drinks for men and 1 drink for women per day. If you don't have high blood pressure or high triglycerides, a kind of fat in your blood that increases your risk of heart disease, moderate drinking won't damage your heart. Contrarily, excessive drinking can result in weight gain, heart failure, high blood pressure, and strokes. Therefore, refrain from starting to drink if you don't already. Canned soup and ranch dressing. Increasing your intake of vegetables, protein, and fiber can be simple with soup. However, keep an eye out for harmful ingredients. Sodium overload, which can result in hypertension, heart attacks, strokes, and heart failure, is a common ingredient in canned soup. Unhealthy saturated fat can be found in any soup with cream. Making soup from scratch with a low-sodium broth is the healthiest way to eat it. If you do purchase prepared soup, make sure it has the least amount of fat and salt on the label. This well-known dressing's primary components are usually buttermilk, sugar, and salt, which has a lot of fat, sodium, and calories. Nothing about that is heart-healthy. Blending low-fat sour cream or cottage cheese with low-fat buttermilk and fresh herbs such as dill, tarragon, or chives can create a healthier take on your favorite creamy dressings. Pasta, bread, and white rice. Healthy fiber, vitamins, and minerals are absent from white flour-based foods like rice, bread, pasta, and snacks. Sugar from refined grains turns quickly into fat that your body stores. Studies have linked type 2 diabetes and heart disease to belly fat, which is a result of eating a diet high in refined grains. Aim to consume at least half of your grains as whole foods, such as whole wheat, oats, and brown rice. When shopping, look for the label 100% whole grain. When making dietary decisions, give priority to nutrient-dense foods that support your heart's continued function and stay away from items that may interfere with it. Heart disease can be caused by many things, including stress, inadequate physical activity, and underlying medical disorders. However, a diet lacking in heart-healthy nutrients can also raise the risk of heart disease, stroke, and heart attack. Even worse, you might not even be aware of the cardiac risks associated with your diet. You may regularly eat some of the worst foods for your heart as part of your daily diet. To safeguard the health of your heart, it's critical to pay attention to what you eat. To maintain the strength and health of your heart, make wise decisions and choose whole, unprocessed foods. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more health tips. Like, share, and drop us your thoughts in the comment section below. Take care of yourself. Until next time.